Hello guys, I hope everyone would have gone through this week coding question. So the first question is when you see this question is kind of little easy. When you the programmers accept two arrays of size m and m, and both the arrays are sorted either in ascending or descending order. Okay, so the program must print the array in ascending order first and then the descending order array. Okay, if both the arrays are in ascending order, then you have to print the array with a smaller number value. Okay, so this is what we are gonna do. The question is pretty much simple, so let us now implement it using Python first, then we'll just move into C. Okay, so first I'm gonna get the n value from the user, and then I'm gonna get n values of um let me say like the size of the arrays are m and m, so you can just give m and m, or for your understanding I'm just giving n of a because to make you understand that this is the size of the array a. So then I'm gonna get the array a from the user using list of map of in comma input dot split. Yeah, so then I'm gonna get the length of this array b, and then I'm gonna get the values of b. So list of mapper n comma input dot split. Okay, so now I'm gonna declare two flag values to check whether check whether this particular two arrays are in sorted order or not. Okay, so let us say flag of a, this will be used for checking our variable, sorry, the list a or array a, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna declare these two values, and now I'm gonna check if a equal to sorted of a. Why am I using sorted is the sorted of a will not affect the particular list a. It will just create an instance of a and it will compare the sorted order. Okay, it won't affect the original list, so I'm using sorted of a instead of sort. So if the what the list A is in ascending order, I'm gonna set the flag value as 1, else if not elif, and I'm also gonna check the second array B, which is in ascending order or not. If it is so, I'm gonna set the flag value of B as 1. Okay, so here it is. So I'm gonna now check whether this both flag values are 1, like flag of a is equal to 1 and flag of b is equal to 1 means, what does it means if both the lists are in ascending order, then I have to print the list with the smaller value, right? So I'm gonna check the first element of both the list and I'm gonna print it. Okay, so I'm gonna check like if a of 0 is lesser than a of b or equal to. Okay, if it is so, I'm gonna print a first and b then. Else, if it is not so, I'm gonna print b first and a then. Okay, now if both the arrays are not in sorted order, then either one will be in ascending order, right? So I'm gonna next check if the list A is in ascending order, then I'll be having the condition in flag A, right? So if it is so, I'm gonna print A first and B then. Else, I'm gonna print B first and A then. Okay, yeah, we're pretty much done with in Python. The solution looks pretty much easy in Python. So if it is in C, you have to work a sum. So let me say I'll just give my own test case. You can just follow up with the test cases we have given. So let me say like length of A is 4, and then I'm gonna give 1 2 3 4, and I'm gonna give 5, and I'm gonna give 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, so here since both the arrays are in sorted order in ascending order, So I'm gonna have to have written the smallest value. That is, I'll be printing the list A first and list B then. Yeah, the test case is right. It runs perfect. So let us now implement this using C language. So let me just say the comments. And I'll change the compiler too. Okay, yeah, done. So we need header files, right? We need header file asset include h and I'm gonna declare the new function and return value is 0. Yeah, so now I'm gonna declare some variables. That is, I need m, n, and I need ij for iterations and t for what sorting out, which is a temporary variable, and then I need variable flag a and flag b to set it up. It will be set to 0 initially. Yeah. So first I'm gonna get the m value, percentage t, percentage m value, and I'm gonna declare an array A with size m, and I'm gonna get the values of a now. So I is equal to 0, I is lesser than m, and I plus plus. Oops. And scanf of ampersand t comma a of I. Yeah. So and then I'm gonna get the value n from the user, and then I'm gonna declare a array called b with size n, and I'm gonna get the value from the user. Scan of ampersand t percentage t ampersand p of I. Okay, yeah. Now we have got the inputs from the user. Now we'll just manipulate it. So in C we don't have thing like sorter to create an instance of that particular array, right? So I'm gonna create a copy of this two arrays into another array, and then I'm gonna sort it out. Okay, so let me down declare two arrays x and y for a and b respectively, and I'm gonna give z is equal to 0. This is another fact value I'm gonna use later on. I'll say y, and now I'm gonna copy the a values to x and b values to y. Okay, so I is lesser than m I plus plus, so x of I is equal to a of I, and then I is equal to 0, I is lesser than n I plus plus, and y of I is equal to p of I. Yeah, so now I'm gonna sort this x and y arrays in ascending order first, and then I will be comparing it with the a and b arrays respectively. So I is equal to 0, I is lesser than n minus 1, and I plus plus for, let me scroll down a bit. For j is equal to I plus 1, I is lesser than m, and j is lesser than m and j plus plus. So if x of I is greater than x of j, then t is equal to x of I is equal to t. I'm just comparing and swapping out as we do in normal sorting, and x of j is equal to t. Yeah, so out of this for loop, now we have sorted the array x. Let me scroll down a bit. Sorted this array x. So now I'm gonna sort the array y. So the same procedure, I'm just gonna change the variables. So let me just copy this, and I'll be changing the variables. for time being sake. N minus 1, since the size of the array y is n, if a of I is greater than y over here and y over here and y over here too. Yeah. So now we have started these two arrays, and now I'm gonna compare this array with the original A and B arrays for the manipulation. Okay. So for I is equal to 0, I is lesser than m, I plus plus, if A of I not equal to x of I, that is if it is not in the ascending order, then I'm gonna set the flag value of A is equal to 1 and I'm gonna break the loop. Okay. So the same thing I'm gonna do for the y array with b2. So y is equal to 0, I is lesser than n and I plus plus. If b of I not equal to y of I means I'm gonna set flag value of b is equal to 1 and I'm gonna break the loop. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm gonna check if flag of A is equal to 0 and if both the things are in ascending order, that's the meaning, right? Both the things are in ascending order. If x of I is greater than y of I means I'm gonna set z is equal to 1. That is, I have to print what value should be printed first. For that I'm gonna use this z flag value. Okay. Else the flag value of A is equal to 1 means I'm gonna set z value is equal to 1. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much done. So now we have to print the values. So if z is equal to 0 means I'm gonna print the value of A first and then B. So for I is equal to 0, I is lesser than m and I plus plus, printf percentage d space A of I. Okay. And I'm gonna give a new line and then I'm gonna print the B values. N and print for percentage d space B of I and yeah. So if z is equal to 0, I'm just done with the condition. So else the B will be printed first and then the A, right? So let me just copy paste this over here. So first I'm gonna print B and then A. So I don't need this, but I don't need the print statement at the last. Sorry, I don't need this new line at the last, right? Yeah, pretty much done. So let me just check whether it's works so fine. It is pretty much big code and and C. Oh, which line it is? 63. Yeah. So let me just give 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I make it 4 and 6, 7, 8, 9. If it is so, yeah. Okay, both the things are in sorter ascending order means the small one will be the first, right? So I've done some mistakes, right? Oops. So I need to change over here. Less than or equal to means the z value 1. So let me just check again. Yeah, it is right now, so you can just check out with the other test cases. So let me just go into the second problem. The second problem is like you have to accept an integer n and the program has print a spiral matrix of size n with alphabets. So there will be, you have to consider n cross n matrix, which is consisting full of alphabets, that is from A to Z, and if it crosses Z, you have to again start from A. So that's the thing. So the spiral matrix thing means first you'll be filling the top one, and then you'll be filling the rightmost one, and then you'll be filling the bottom one, and then you'll be filling the left one. So the cycle goes like this. You'll be filling the top, right, bottom, left. So it'll be like going on cycling, and some things will be incrementing and some things will be decrementing. So when you understand this, what to decrement and what to increment and what to go first and what next to go, so it is pretty much easy for us, so it's not a big deal with this problem. So let me just get into it. So let me just solve it using Python. So now I'm gonna get n from the user. So this will be the n cross n matrix input, and I'm gonna assign the n cross n matrix with the value 0. Okay, so 0 for I in range of n and for j in range of n we have assigned. So now I'm gonna give top is equal to 0, top is equal to 0, and the bottom one will be n minus 1. Top is nothing but the first row, bottom is like in the last row, and left is nothing but the first column, and the right is nothing but the last column. So your value should be right now. And I'm gonna give a value called x to assign the characters to each position of the matrix. So while true, okay, if left is greater than right, so I'm gonna fill from left to right, like, so first I'm gonna fill the top from left to right. So if it is great, so I'll be breaking the loop, else I'll be getting the for loop. From left to right, I'm gonna iterate and I'm gonna fill the top positions, right? Top will be constant and I will be assigning the A. So then I'm gonna increment the x value. Okay, like order of x, we'll be getting the ASCII value of x, and then changing to the character again. So if it is so, then you can see like for the next position, sorry, it will be like 1. For the next top, your top value will be incremented, right? So I'm giving top plus 1. Okay, so next I'm gonna fill the rightmost, right? So if from top to bottom, I'm gonna fill the rightmost thing. So if top is greater than bottom, right, and now I'm gonna fill from for I in range of, I'm gonna fill from top to bottom, right? So it will like top comma bottom plus 1, and right, since I'm gonna assign the values in right, so right will be constant and I will be varying. Okay, this the column will be constant and the row will be varying. And I'm gonna give the x value, and x is equal to char of order of x plus 1. So then I'm gonna decrement the right value, since for the next iteration you will be decrementing by 1. You can just see like the right value will be decremented. The last column will be gone to the next default column, right? So the right value will be decremented by 1. And now we're going to print the bottom one from right to left, right? It's in reverse order. So if left is greater than right, the same thing, break. I'm gonna fill from right to left, right? So right comma left minus 1 comma minus 1. So from right to left means, like, the bottom will be the row, that is the constant, and I will be varying an x value is the same. And then I'm gonna increment the value of x, and the bottom value again will be decremented, right? It will be going to the next default one. So bottom minus equal to 1. So I'm done with the bottom one. Then I will be going to the left one, right? I'm filling the left column. From bottom to top, I'll be filling the left column. So condition is when top is greater than bottom, break for a range of, I'll be filling from bottom to top, right? So bottom comma top minus 1 minus 1. So here the column value will be constant, right? So I value will be varying. So column will be left. And again I'm gonna increment the left value. Okay, yeah. Now I guess I'm pretty much done. So here I'm gonna print the array, sorry, the two-dimensional matrix. And Rj in range of n, print a of I of j, and out of the second print. Okay, I think I'm done. So let me check. I'm getting 5. Yeah, so A B C D E F G H I J K M N O P Q R S T U. That's going in spiral. So the one thing I missed out is I didn't give the condition when x goes beyond z. So we need to give that condition, right? Yeah. So it will be like, yeah. If order of x, okay, is equal to 1, 2, 3 means I'll be assigning x is equal to a. I have to include this everywhere. That if the ASCII value goes beyond 1, 2, 3, that is the ASCII value after z, means I have to assign x is equal to a. So let me check with 8. Yeah, it's coming perfect. So here I'm giving AB. It's done. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with Python. The same thing will be implementing in C language. So we'll just implement it. Wait. I'll just change some few things of the code because there won't be much change So I'll let the code be as such. I'll just include the code in between itself. That will be fine. So as to include stdio.h and enter main of have to include the return value. So I'm gonna declare n scan of percentage %t ampersand n. I'm gonna declare a two-dimensional array of size n. So we don't need this. We don't need to assign the values earlier. So then int and this is character. Okay. So while true if left is greater than means okay. And I need a variable called I and j. Okay. So for I is equal to left and I is lesser than I plus 1 means I will be getting I plus plus. So we don't need to find the order of here in C. So x plus plus. And now if x is equal to z, is greater than z means yeah, and top is equal to 1. I need to include semicolons over here. If x is greater than z means we will be assigning this. Okay, and then I'm gonna give break over here. So the same thing on this, changing the syntax as per C. So nothing, I'm just changing much. And I plus plus. Okay, print and I plus plus, and if x is greater than z means I'm gonna assign x is equal to a and write minus minuses and correct. And again I need over here I is equal to right and I is equal to -1 and I is minus. So this kind of thing you will learn when you wanna execute in two different languages. You can just change out the syntax if you know the logic. Pretty much fun, right? So I need to include x plus plus, and if x is greater than z, and here I'm going to include a semicolon, and here too. And here I'm gonna assign I is equal to bottom, I is greater than top, and I minus. Here to have to change then top. Here we x plus plus. So and here x is greater than z. Yeah. So here I'm gonna give print the function, right? The two-dimensional matrix. I is lesser than I plus plus. J is equal to 0, J is lesser than n, J plus plus. Printf of percentage d space. I don't need any statement over here. And out of this, I'm gonna give n. And I'm gonna close this to for loop, return 0, and close the main function. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Let me just run. Okay, I missed a few things. The while will get closed over here. I need to include 1 over here because that is not true in C language. Let me just give 5 ups. Yeah, I need to give percentage C over here, not percentage D. So that's the thing I did. Yeah, we're done with the code. So we just check with 8 also. Yeah, perfect. So we are done with the 2 coding questions. So if you have any doubts, you can just reach out to our discussion forum. Thank you.